Hello there.
Oh, hey, Raven. How we doing?
So, doing good. Today we're doing a team tour. First, let's introduce ourselves. My name is LordReavanPlays. I am a Valar on the server.
I'm TheFro2. I am but a commoner on MCME, but I used to be a staff forever ago.
Yes. Back in ye old Minecraft days.
Ye olden times, yes. Hey, where are we today? This looks familiar.
Yeah, so today we are standing in front of the mirror after two people did the last team tour. This is the mirror.
Joseph and Silas, I believe.
Yeah, it was them. And this is the mirror, and it is a reflecting pool of water. It's a little basin that exists inside the Dimmeril Dale, and the water is reflective enough that when Durin the Deathless, who was the founder of Moria, came over to here, he saw a formation of stars above his head in the shape of a crown, and in doing that, he thought to himself, you know what? I'm going to make a little settlement here. And he did. He made Moria, which is not a settlement at all, but ended up being right there, into the mountain. And that whole ordeal was marked by this stone right here, which is Durin's stone.
Right on. Yeah, I believe this whole thing on the server was basically almost entirely done by Finrod way back in the day. It was also his idea to do the mirroring of the landscape around here. Basically, he copied the whole terrain, flipped it upside down, and pasted it on our maze to make it seem like an actual mirrored lake. Hence the name, which was like what, 12 million blocks or something like that.
Yeah,
it's a huge amount. Yeah. Oh, by the way, we're doing a team tour for the east of Moria through Lothlorien today, I believe, right?
Yeah. So we're going that way.
Yes. Onwards.
Let's go find the footprints. Yeah,
I'm pretty familiar with, not with this new terrain. This is a little bit after my time, but I'm pretty familiar with Lothlorien itself, because back in my day, there I said it, you can thank me later, it was one of my favorite builds to do back then. And it is actually still somewhat intact after all the revamps we've had over the years. In fact, we're going to be coming up on Caras Galadhon eventually, and it is, I believe, one of the oldest builds on MCME.
Yeah, I think I can see it in the distance now. It seems like we're having a bit of a difference in the RP starter pop-up.
So right around here somewhere is where there's supposed to be a texture change to go from the Dwarven RP to the Elven RP, or the Lothlorien resource pack.
If I remember correctly, that's a really old RP. I think it was one of the first to be produced by the server.
Yeah, so we had the regular resource pack for the server, and then at one point we decided there weren't enough textures available because every block was being used, but we still wanted a few more. So SMTG, as staff member at the time, led the charge and made a whole custom pack for Lothlorien itself because we needed a few extra blocks. And Lothlorien is where we started to kind of get a little, off the rails and get creative with things. And I'll talk about that in a second once we get closer to Caras Galadhon itself.
So as we're coming into Lothlorien, like you were saying, we can see all these golden trees, which are the Malorn trees, which were brought here in the lore of Tolkien. They were brought here by Lady Galadriel after she was gifted some seeds by Gil-galad when she was in Lindon. She planted the trees here, and ever since they've thrived, and she's used her ring, Nenya, to protect the forest. And so she's allowed all these golden Malorn trees to thrive in this environment.
They are some very, very beautiful, very big trees.
Yeah.
It's so lovely here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I think we're also now at a little crossing, which we'll just hop right into the river right here.
I'll try to follow closely behind.
Yeah. It's not too rough a current, so you don't have to worry about it. But this is the Nimrodel. This would have been a little stream that the Fellowship would have passed through. It is a bit of a healing stream. It kind of cleanse the weariness of the Fellowship as they pass through, which after passing through Moria, you can imagine they were kind of tired.
Oh yeah, I would be too, to be honest. And they were probably emotionally had an emotional toll after losing Gandalf and an epic fight at the end.
Yeah, so it would have been very nice to take a quick bath, get all that cave dust out of them.
Oh yeah,
and let the magic of Lothlorien heal them a little bit. As we walk through here, you want to talk a little bit more about that RP?
Yeah, sure. So first thing you'll notice is the leaves, obviously. So what we did for these is they're not actually like leaf blocks, the golden ones at least. These are still have regular leaves, but the gold ones are wool blocks, if you can believe it. They're green, white, and red wool blocks that have been changed to look like golden leaves. That was one of the first things I think they changed back then. And then there's also a handful of things. Actually, this bridge right here is a good example. So back at the time, there were only, I think, 3 types of wood. Actually, I don't know if there was. I think it was still only 2. I think there was just birch and oak, but they didn't have enough wood variants. So what they did is these blocks right here, they're actually slabs. Well, that's oak slab. I'm sorry, but they changed some stone slabs to look like wood, because they figured Lothlorien has more wood features than stone features. So they did a reverse Moria, less stone, more wood. And you'll see some other things as well too. Actually, right here, look at this little treehouse we have over here. If you see the lanterns right there, those are actually torches that have been rescanned, and then the string that's hanging them up is actually cobwebs that have been retouched as well too. Lothlorien Resource Pack was like the first one we really kind of went off the rails on changing blocks to look like other blocks, and it's sort of the foundation of where we are today on MCME, because it is wild the kinds of textures that we've gone away with now over the years. It is really funny too, because all these trees are a lot different. I know they went back and revamped all of them back in when they did the new map. Do you know how we used to do trees back in the day for Lothlorien? We literally just have an army of droogs, of newcomers, come on, plant a bunch of saplings, and then bone meal them. So we had like a golden forest of vanilla Minecraft trees.
Oh boy. Oh, and I thought we already crossed the river, but I guess we're crossing another one.
Oh.
This is a different river. This is the river Celeborn, also known as the Silver Lode. And as we cross, you're going to notice there's 2 rope bridges. The first one is this little single strand of rope, and the other one has that little rope that's above it. The rope that is just on its own is for the elves to use, as they were quite nimble and had very good balance, so they could walk right across this with no trouble. But everyone else had some balancing issues, and so they gave them a little guide wire to hang on to as they crossed so they wouldn't fall straight into the river. Yeah,
I definitely needed that one going across. It's a little precarious. I don't do well with balancing.
Yeah, I am fortunate I have my Sith reflexes, as I am Revan. Anyway, no. Only Star Wars reference, I promise. But
so you're a Star Trek fan then? You're a Trekkie for sure, right?
Okay, we're gonna pause for a brief montage so I can kill. I will start. No. So yeah, as we continue on, you can see a lot more of those lanterns, and they've even got these little holding parts now, which I think are some iron bars that are just containing the lanterns, which are attached to the string.
Those were definitely added post-revamp, because when Lothlorien was built, I don't think iron bars, iron fences technically existed. I could be wrong though. This was 12 years ago. No, 13 years ago at this point. Oh my god. Yeah, Lothlorien and Caras Galadhon were originally built in, they were first implemented in late 2011, but they weren't finished until early 2012. After Minecraft 1.0 came out. It's
kind of odd because you would expect us to have a lot more access to resources here since there's so many different plants and stuff. But nope, a lot of this was done. I think the latest revamps to this was done, again in 2015, maybe 2016. So this is pretty old stuff. Older builds, speaking of which. We are now coming up on Cerin Amroth.
Oh yeah.
And if you look at it from out here, you can really see how much detail we paid attention to. Well, when SMTG, I believe, and Fox were the ones to build this.
Yes.
They were really paying attention to detail with this, because you can see how there's these big trees in the center, and then the green-leafed ones surrounding it. This is very accurate to both its description by Tolkien and also some art that was done, I believe, by Ted Nasmith.
Yeah, they're very loyal to that adaptation and to the books and in terms of this build. SMTG and Fox, shout out to my fellow editors. We're trying to be as accurate as possible for book-wise for some of the build of Lothlorien. Caras Galadhon, they had a little bit of liberty going with the films as well too, because they wanted to do that hybrid tie-in between both the books and the films. But here, for sure, they definitely They stopped very brief in the film, so there wasn't a lot to go based off of. So they went more book based for this build. Speaking
of the films, I don't even know if we get to see Cerin Amroth, or if we do, we don't get to see her for very long in the films. But it actually has some pretty big significance when it comes to the lore. As first of all, this would have been the location of the first real settlement by the elves under the king of Lorien being Amroth. And he would have helped set this place up so that they can watch Dol Guldur, which is a little outpost that's to the northeast of here. And as you can see, if you climb up here, there's a pretty tall flip to climb, and you can see far out. You can even see Caras Galadhon from here. But this would also be the location where Haldir stopped the Fellowship, and when they came here, Frodo and Sam were brought to the top flet, like we are right now, to look out and see all the land of Lothlorien, as well as to see Dol Guldur in the distance.
It's a very, very cool day. Your watchtower is basically a giant tree in the middle of the forest.
Yeah, I mean, best treehouse ever.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. This is the treehouse I was dreaming of as a kid.
Yeah. The other significant part to the lore that is actually completely done differently in the movies is that this would have been the location where Aragorn would propose to Arwen. And while they didn't get married until much later, when they did get married, they would live in Minas Tirith for a while, and I believe after Aragorn died, Arwen would come to Cerin Amroth to live out the last years of her life.
Both peak romance and peak depression, that relationship.
Big sad.
Big sad. All right. Now I remember the trail does kind of go off the more onto the beaten path, or off the beaten path. I'm sorry. Yeah.
And so now, here we are, finally, at Caras Galadhon.
Hey, yep. So, Lothlorien has been through a revamp, but Caras Galadhon itself is the exact same as it was 13 years ago.
Yeah, this is Caras Galadhon. It's a city, it's a big fortress surrounded by a moat, which is what its name means. It's a combination name, so it means moated fortress of the trees, but it's a combination of Sylvan and Sindar and Elven language, which is the two races of elves that did come here. So there's a lot of, which is one of the very many interesting things about Caras Galadhon, including this thing on our right. We'll come back to that.
Yeah. Let's maybe Janitor's on duty or something. Maybe they'll be done in a little bit.
Yeah, you should be back.
So this other than that little section back there, this build was done 13 years ago, and it is one of the oldest places currently on MCME that has been untouched by the sands of time. When it was first built, it had to be done in the forest was Lothlorien itself was built around the town, around the fortress. The hill of Caras Galadhon actually existed, but the trees weren't implemented until after November of 2011. Minecraft hit 1.0 that time, and when it did, it doubled the height limit of Minecraft, which was good because the trees were too tall for a regular beta Minecraft at the time. So that's what we were waiting for back then. So when that was finally implemented, they had these trees done in the old free build by Fornos at the time. Pasted in on predetermined spots, and then they had a build day or a build week where people came in. The trees didn't have leaves yet. They built their flats, they built all their tree houses and stuff, and then they added the leaves in later. And yeah, Caras Galadhon was basically built with a lot of people, a lot of hands, and it was. I remember building a flat myself. I think it's still around here somewhere too. It was just a really fun build overall. And yeah, you mentioned editor hangout.
Yeah, that would have been that under here. I think there's even some redstone left over from it.
Yeah, there's actually, so some people got a little too creative. There's a whiskey distillery and a winery around here somewhere as well too. Those are totally lore accurate, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they are. Somewhere in they had to have some fun around here.
Elven drink in the heart of Lothlorien. Yeah. Oh yeah, here's
speaking of the heart of Lothlorien, here is the court of Celeborn. If you look around, you can see it's obviously like glowing with a holy light because of its yellow blocks, but it's meant to resemble the architecture that of a cathedral. So it's very, very meant to be holy and symbolic of that higher power, which is very accurate for the simple fact that this would be the place where Celeborn and Galadriel spent a lot of their time. Sitting right here, these benches, or these thrones, I guess.
Yeah, it does make sense too, because Galadriel is considered called the Lady of Light.
Yes, yeah, she's another one of those characters in Tolkien lore that has just a ton of names. Maybe not as many as Gandalf, but definitely a lot.
Mithrandir, yeah.
But yeah, so this whole time we've been kind of talking about, how the elves lived in the trees, and most of the houses are on the trees, but when the Fellowship came through, they didn't necessarily want them here. This is a very important place to the elves. It's kind of a sanctuary, so living in the trees is kind of an honor almost. And so when the Fellowship came here, they were kind of forced to live in a tent, aside from specifically Legolas, who had a flet here because he was also an elf. So as we walk out, you'll see on our left right here, there is in fact a tent where the Fellowship would have stayed. And in this tent, you have, just some beds, and this would have also been the location where Frodo and Sam were approached by Lady Galadriel, and she took them back this way, the way we came before. I think that place that was under construction before is where she took them.
Oh yeah, so right here.
Yeah. Yep. Construction's finished. Guess they fixed it up. Maybe a loose stone or something.
Janitor was probably done sweeping and mopping up the spills.
Well, and like you said before, here we are, Mirror of Galadriel. And this is pretty significant. Again, this is where Frodo and Sam were taken by Galadriel. And it's essentially a seeing mirror. She was able to use this to see things that are in the past, the present, and things that may happen. So it doesn't say exactly what's happening, but it kind of gives you an idea of what could happen. And Frodo would have looked in, and Sam would have looked in. Frodo saw many things that alluded to things that would happen later on in the story, as well as seeing the Eye of Sauron, which kind of spooked him a bit. And Sam would have looked in to see the Shire being taken over by Sharky, I believe, or at least just the Shire on fire. Which rhymes.
Yeah, the scouring of the Shire. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a pretty foreboding mirror, so it's a little supposedly it's a little dangerous to look into it.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it could be that dangerous, can it? Oh God. Oh jeez. Oh God. Oh, what is that? Oh.
Fro. Oh God. Oh God. I don't want to go in.
Oh.
Fro.
Raven.
Fro, you're there. Are you okay, Fro?
I saw things. I saw Gondor on a revamp. Again! Oh my God! We gotta get out of here. We gotta warn people about this.
Nope.
Let's go.
Nope. Let's go. Get out.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, this place isn't quite as good as I thought it would be. Oh man.
No, I liked it for a while. Yellow leaves, all happy and ethereal and holy. But that, nope. Nah, no siree. All right, here we are at the docks. I think we can find a means of escape here.
Yeah, a nice canoe or a paddle boat will do just fine.
Yeah,
this is where the Fellowship came through here as well too, on their way down to down the my brain down towards Amonhead. Yeah,
so they would have come down here, and the elves would have given them a bunch of supplies. Galadriel gave everyone some gifts, and they all got boats, and they got some hoods to keep them from cover, and also they would have gotten some lembas, some bread, elven whey bread that can fill a man's stomach in one bite. Fortunately, we don't need to worry about being hungry because
MCME is technically a creative server, yes.
MCME is a magical place. But yeah,
Yes.
I don't think those boats work, so I got us a little makeshift boat that I made.
Oh,
here with
perfect.
my own 2
Oh,
hands.
good. Yes, thank you.
So let's now, this is the Silver Lode, but as we're going down the Silver Lode, we're going to pass right by. On the left, you see the Nath, which is the little triangle wedge of land that exists at this area of Lothlorien, where the Silver Lode, or the River Celeborn, has a little merge with the Anduin River, which is the river that we will end this tour on.
Yes, thank you everyone for joining us. Hope to see y'all on the next tour down the River Anduin, wherever this may take us.
Yeah. Ciao for now, everyone.
You know, if I had like a ring on the end of that point back there, would I be considered a ring, Nath?